My name is Kim. I hope you enjoyed the father-daughter dance, and I'm sure it meant more to them than you know. I wanted to just spend a few moments to encourage you in your relationship with your daughters, which is a topic that is very near and dear to me. The impact that a father can have on his young daughter is huge. In many cases, you're viewed as her hero. She looks up to you, depends on you, is committed to you, just adores you. You are essentially her first real male-female relationship. That foundation begins with you and also will have a lot to do with how she views relationships in the future, especially with the opposite sex. So the impact is definitely huge. The impact that my dad had on me as a young girl was a positive one for the most part. I mean, my dad was my everything. He encouraged me. I felt like I could do anything because he just made me feel like that. If my dad told me that I could do something, I truly believed I could do it. I just have a lot of happy childhood memories, the songs that he used to sing to me, and just those things that are really important to us as young girls. What I would say to the dad who feels like his daughter is now growing out of that phase and getting older and he's feeling like she no longer needs him, it's simply not true. We as daughters, we always need our dads. We need you for support. We do go through phases where we want to explore and we want our own independence and we just want to feel like we can stand on our own. But those are phases and they're seasons. And during those times, we still need you. We just need you in a different way. I don't want you to get discouraged if your daughter is going off to college, just getting older and starting or going into high school, those times when we do tend to kind of break away from our parents, because you're the foundation. That relationship that was built at an early age will go with her throughout her life, no matter what phase of life she's in. I experienced going into my teens, there was a time when my dad wasn't there. It was a time when I sort of felt like I was on my own. I mean, I did have my mom, but that relationship that I had with my dad that was so important to me just seemed like it was gone because of decisions and choices that my dad made when I was going into my teens. It kept him from being available to me. I didn't have a support like I used to. That really impacted me in a huge way, impacted my self-esteem, and just really had a lot to do with my view of the world. Dads, you play a huge role in our lives from an early age throughout our lives. I just also wanted to say to the dad who feels like it might be too late for a daughter that you perhaps didn't have a relationship with when she was growing up, it's never too late. And I really mean that when I say it's never too late, from my experience. My dad came back into my life later on when I was an adult, and we did have some rebuilding to do, but because of his desire to build that relationship with me again, I was open and willing to receive it. It's a healing process, and as daughters, we have to know that if we have suffered any kind of pain because of the absence of our dad growing up or anything like that, that there has to be forgiveness, and we have to feel as though you as dads, that you get it, that you get that there has been some suffering, there has been, that feeling of neglect. But I would say that I don't think it's too late. For the dad who really desires to have that relationship and pursue relationship with his daughter, if you're committed to that and you stick with that, she will come around. And that's also to the dad who feels like he just completely blew it as a father. I feel like if you're committed to fixing it, you can never go back to what's been done. You can never go back to the past, but what you have is now. And if you feel like you want to pursue a relationship with your daughter now, then I say commit to that and stick with it. because it doesn't matter how old we are, we always want to have a relationship with our dads. Even the daughter who's never had a dad in her life at all, something is always missing there. Whether she admits it or not, she longs for it. So as dads, you do play a huge role in our lives, even when you're not around, because we think about having that relationship. Fatherhood is not an easy job, I'm sure, but I would just encourage you to just pray for your children, pray for your daughters, pray that God would always lead you and give you wisdom while you're raising them, and that God would cover your relationship, that no matter where she is, how much she dates or how many friendships she builds, that foundation and relationship that she has with you and has had with you will always be there. I think if you can do that, if you can give it to God and seek Him, that you really can't go wrong in your journey as a dad.